Is my title too much? I feel like my title is kind of morbid. I don't know. I don't know. Hi. It's Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday. I had to think for a second. How's it going? How's it going? It's Ace Attorney time. I have my Switch back. My mom, I let her borrow it when she was on her trip. Vand, hi. It's been a while. I hope you're doing well. It's existing. I'm happy that you are existing. Sometimes I think that's the reminder we all need, is that sometimes just existing is good enough. Okay. Puppies are barking, disturbing my stream. I was off today and I've just been chilling. And I say I've just been chilling. I was productive around the house. So I was productive enough to reward myself with a little streamy weenie. So you can make it to Friday. I believe in you. I'm gonna close my door. Okay. I wasn't sure if you stopped streaming or have just been streaming while I was in bed. I only typically have been averaging about 3 streams a month, just with my schedule and family stuff and everything. My free time has been having to be prioritized elsewhere, unfortunately. So I'm still streaming, just kind of infrequently. Like I said, I'm averaging about 3 streams a month, so, which is also why it's taking me literally forever to get through projects. But anyway, let's play some Ace Attorney. Let me try to remember where I was. Tell me how things sound and stuff. All right, what? Why frame him? I literally don't remember. Ace Attorney. Did I... We love citrus has. Okay. I don't remember what we were doing. Do I have stuff? I don't remember who, if anybody told me this. Just a yes or no. Do I have what I need to find out why she framed Matt? Oh, I never said hi to people either. Let me say hi. Hi, Coco. Hi, Christy. Hi, Vand. Hi, HS. Hope you're doing well. You have not gathered the items for Adrian. Okay. It looks like I have... Do I need to present stuff to her? It was near Juan's dead body. I noticed it when I went to fill the glass. And then when I realized that Juan was dead, I completely panicked. That's when I must have unconsciously picked this card up and put it into my pocket. As for why, I simply don't know. You know, there was only one thought running through my head at that time. With this, I can finally expose Matt's true nature to the world. His true nature? I wonder why she's saying that, but not telling me what his true nature is. If it were me, I think I'd be happy to finally get that kind of thing off my chest. You know, there was only one thought... Okay. Stop it! I don't want to remember the hopelessness and the despair I felt back then. Hurry up and put that away, Mr. Nick! I'm so sorry. I don't care what the reason was. It's unforgivable that he hid Celeste's suicide note. But you don't have any proof that she left a suicide note behind, right? I have been drinking a lot of tomato juice since your last stream of this. I was like, ooh, that sounds good. I love tomato juice. Like, I drink V8 unironically. Nick is being Nancy, casually bringing up trauma. Celeste, she always believed there was a right way and a wrong way to do anything. She would have left a note. I wholly believe that. What if she was killed and she didn't commit suicide? Just, you know, a theory. A game theory! About this photo. The person who stabbed the body and opened the guitar case was me, and that was so you could get the Nickel Samurai's costume out so you could wear it? I thought I had executed that part quite well, but you showed me differently. You're a formidable lawyer, Mr. Wright. Tomato juice is caffeine-free, and my heart appreciates that. When I was pouring that glass of juice, I honestly had no idea that Juan was dead. I see. I really am a terrible woman, aren't I? One moment I'm thinking of looking after him, and the next I'm stabbing him in the chest with a knife. Did we have that admission already? We must have. She wouldn't just casually tell me that right now. So there was a Nickel Samurai costume inside of this case, correct? Yes, there was. I even personally carried it there from the studio. I always thought it was such a childish thing to dress up and wear a costume like that, but I never thought that I would wind up using it myself that night. It appears to me that rumor was started by Juan himself, Mr. Kurita, but I'm Matt's manager, remember? I think he wanted to embarrass Matt through his relationship with me.
But didn't Mr. Kurita like you?
There weren't any feelings of love between us. For me, it was about getting Celeste's suicide note. For him, it was about wounding Matt's pride. And that's all it was.
That's...
Poor Pearls is in shock. She sees how cruel the world can really be. I was the one who organized the whole press conference. Juan wanted to deal the most damage possible to Matt's career. It's possible that I've already gone through all of this and I just don't remember. That's why he was killed. It's quite simply a story of cause and effect, yes? Celeste was my mentor. She was a strong woman.
You have some ideas of why she killed herself?
Yes, I suppose. Well, that seems like an important thing to say. Miss Andrews? That things have come to this. I have nothing left to say about that man. Not one word. He is a very prideful man, or rather was. He absolutely had to compete with Matt in everything, no matter what it was. He really was such an idiot.
Miss Andrews?
Well, I guess maybe all stars are like that, never giving any thought to other people's feelings. That's Mr. Will Powers. He's an actor contracted with Global Studios. He's a very nice man, a man with a good heart. But that's all he is and ever will be. Ugh, what a horrible thing to say. Society doesn't care about genuinely nice people, Mr. Wright. Alright.
Mr. Nick, your phone!
Hey, that's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? I don't like the sound of this ringtone right now. It sounds kind of ominous. Yeah, I know. Hello? We're in trouble now, pal. I'll be back at the office really soon. What's wrong? Something really unexpected just happened. Mr. Edgeworth, Edgeworth? Anyway, hurry up and get back to the office, pal. I don't know what's going on. Beep. Hello? He got cut off.
What's going on, Mr. Nick?
Gumshoe said we need to get back to the office right away.
Then we should hurry back.
I'm scared to go back.
What are you talking about, Mr. Nick? Pull yourself together.
Maybe it'll be good news. Somehow I doubt that. Of course, of course. That's true. What took you so long, pal? Mr. Edgeworth couldn't stick around forever and had to go. Well, what happened? We got him. We know who bought that spy camera. This quickly? And this bear's what gave them away, pal. For some reason, my brain took a second to process that picture of the bear. And I was looking at the text, and I genuinely thought for a second that that picture was a picture of Miles. And my brain was like, why does Miles look like that? And this bear's what gave him away, pal. The bear? I figured it out, pal. I figured that we should have been looking into the bear instead of the camera.
But wasn't Mr. Shh, Pearls.
And? Go on. There's only one person who bought one of the bears who's related to this crime.
Who is it? Who would be so rude as to spy on another person in their room?
Matt on guard.
Huh?
Matt on guard, your client. That's who, pal. And here I thought things couldn't get any worse. Are you sure you heard right that the person who bought this bear was... I heard it from the department store clerk, pal. This is the credit card receipt for the purchase. It's for $3,800. That's an expensive bear. That's an exact match to the price of that stuffed bear. A receipt, that's all you have? Nah, it's not just the receipt, pal. The store clerk said so himself. He told me, I'm sure I sold the bear to Mr. OnGuard. I mean, the clerk even got Mr. OnGuard's autograph out of it, pal. So I'm sure the person that bought the stuffed bear was Mr. OnGuard himself. Anybody can pretend to be somebody else. It's even down to a signature. You can learn what a celebrity signature looks like and forge it. Like, that's not a... Like, I have signed K-pop albums. I could just study it for like 30 minutes and learn how to do it and like sign things and sell them on eBay and say that they're signed. Like, you know... Who even knows if the legitimacy of my stuff is... No, it's fine. I don't, you know. It's just, my point is that a signature can be forged. My sight is failing me. This can't be. So what about the spy camera we found? Oh, that was a dead end, pal. I mean, you can get this kind of thing from anywhere. But for now, I guess I can give these back to you for you to file away into evidence. I know you don't want to give up, pal. I never thought. I didn't think this was possible. The person who put the spy camera in Juan Carita's room... No, we don't know that. We don't know that. So right now, we are jumping to conclusions. Phoenix is jumping to conclusions. All we know is that the store clerk says he sold this bear to Matt OnGuard because he got an autograph out of it. Could have been somebody else. Could have been a false signature. We also just learned that the spy camera was a dead end. So no, it doesn't have to be one and the same. It could, even if Matt bought the stuffed bear, there's no proof that he bought the camera and put the camera in the bear. Somebody else could have bought the camera and put it in the bear. Especially Adrian. Adrian could have done that, especially if she knew Matt was buying the bear. You know, maybe Matt was like maybe it was like a gesture of goodwill. Like, I know that you like bears, so here, I got you a bear. You know what I mean? But the credit, it doesn't say that the credit card belonged to Matt. Maybe I should look at the court record. Oh, I can't. I was going to say, if I could look at the credit card receipt, perhaps it would have like the last 4 digits of the credit card or the name of the card holder. Transmitter. Stuffed bear, spy camera.
Why would Mr. OnGuard do something like this?
I bet it was to catch Miss Andrews and Mr. Carita in one of their rendezvous. I bet is not good enough for me. I have to know the absolute truth behind this camera. Why did my brother just snap me? 1 second. It was a video of my nephew. I don't know if you guys can see it. I love him so much. Sorry. He's so big now, I know. He is kind of crawling. He has figured out how to crawl backwards, forwards. We're still working on that. But he's so big now, I know. Also, Blue Puppy is 52 pounds as of yesterday. So, she a big girl now. Are you gonna see him? Mr. On Guard, I mean. Yes.
I'm scared, Mr. Nick. I wonder what we'll find out next.
Yeah. She big goyle. I'm scared myself, but I have to put on a good face for Pearls. Matt On Guard, what in the world have you done? What have I not talked to him about? I think I talked to him about the picture card. Wait, what did he say? But we don't know that Matt set it up. All we suspect is that he bought the bear. Why are we jumping like that? Okay, yeah, I remember talking to him about this, and it was not helpful. Alright, let's go back to the detention center. You're working really late, you know. It's already past 10 p.m., dude. I think it's time you told me the truth. Relax, don't you know that ignorance is bliss? But if you really want to know, let's talk. Do I have what I need for Matt's lock now? I feel like I might. I would say yes. Okay. All right, then we're gonna try the psyche lock here. We're gonna save, and then we're gonna try the psyche lock. Why is my bot doing the messages? I mean, I should save, yes. But my bot is sending my timed messages as if I have them on and active, and I do not. But yeah, it was like, Christy was like, save! And then my bot was like, save! I can't wait for welcome to our little theater. Yeah, right? Okay, here we go. We're gonna do our best here. With my bad memory. Okay, Matt's secret. 5 blocks, good lord. Now let's hear what this secret of yours is. What if Mr. Kurita had been successful in his plan? What would he have disclosed? I told you before, dude, I don't know. I don't know anything about Juan, okay? Look, Mr. Wright, I could keep on saying it till I'm blue in the face, but I totally didn't pay Juan any attention the whole time that night. I mean, come on, I was in the middle of a nap. Don't lie to me. Huh? I know you paid close attention to Mr. Kurita, especially on that night. Someone used this camera to secretly film Mr. Kurita's room the night of the murder. Secretly film? What? And then sent the images to the camera took with this transmitter. Wow, but dude, where was the camera you're talking about hidden? The spy camera was hidden in this bear's eye. A bear that was supposed to be present from a fan. I guess On Guard had a few of those kinds of fans too, huh, dude? Actually, I wouldn't say this bear was a present from a fan. Huh? You sure did? Who else could it be from? The person who gave this bear to Mr. Kurita was apparently you, but I don't really believe this. Well, Mr. On Guard? Oh, was that wrong? Oh, shoot, I should have presented him, not the receipt. My bad. I wasted that. Okay, the person is apparently you. Mr. On Guard, don't you know this bear from somewhere? I don't think I've ever met Mr. Bear before, dude. Ah, but he says he knows you. How could you forget such a great friend? What else did the bear tell you? He says that the one who put the camera in his eye was you, Mr. On Guard. If I didn't know how you work in court, I'd think I was in some serious trouble. Come on, this is all a joke, right, dude? You're just pulling my leg. Looks like you're not ready to give up your secret yet. Well, do you have any proof you want to show me first? Here's proof that it was you that put the camera inside the bear. This is not really proof, but I think this is what I have to present. I have here one credit card receipt, Mr. On Guard. It's from when you bought that stuffed bear. Dude, all you can tell from this is that I spent $3,800. I go to that department store all the time, okay? This $3,800, this could be the toothbrush I bought that one time. A $3,800 toothbrush? It's ivory, and it's got elephant hair for bristles. That sounds unnecessary. Ew, elephant hair? Is that what rich people use nowadays? Anyway, the store clerk clearly remembers you and your purchase. After all, you even gave him an autograph, did you not? Dude, you should have said that earlier. So can I ask you one thing? Yes. You're my lawyer, right, dude? So if you are, then why are you looking into stuff like that? Because if I don't know the truth, I can't help you. Sounds more like stupid lawyer talk to me. Hey, let's stop talking about this, okay? No, not yet. I haven't asked why you set the camera up yet. And what your secret is. Of course, it would be strictly confidential. So, what are you gonna do now? I'm gonna find out what I want to know, because I must. The reason you hid this camera in Mr. Kurita's room and filmed it in secret is... No, I didn't. Ah, shoot. I gotta do all that again. Oh goodness. I gotta go through all that again. Because I accidentally hit B. I misclicked. Ugh. 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 It was in the bar. And it was sent by you. And then we had a receipt. I have to walk through it because I actually wasn't sure what to show at that point. My suspicion, just tell me no if I'm wrong. I guess tell me yes or no. But don't give me any further hints. Yes or no, is it the gossip article? No, okay. Okay. I'm actually confused. The reason you hid this camera in Mr. Kurita's room and filmed it in secret. Because I'm an attorney, here's my badge. Hi, Tara. Yes or no, is it the press conference ticket? Thanks for popping in, even if for short. Okay, yes or no, is it a paper-like thing? Kinda. I feel like saying yes is confusing. Okay. So it's kind of a paper thing. Yes or no, is it Lotta's camera because the tabloid article was in the case? Is it Juan's autopsy report? Like the reason the camera was filmed was to capture the murder? Your reasoning is correct, but it's not what you need. Okay. So, perhaps the crime photo? Just present old bag. Best option. Andrew is always Citra's husband. Crime photo? No, not the crime photo. Picture card? I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't want to reload or have to start over at the beginning. But I'm gonna go with picture card unless you tell me otherwise. Hoi! I'm Demi. Remember who was there when Juan was dead? It was Yas. What? Ya was yes. Okay. That one's confusing. What's this card? Maybe he doesn't know about this card. This is a certain man's calling card. The man's name is Shelly the Killer, and I'm sure you know of him, don't you? Shelly the Killer? That's ridiculous. Why would I know some shady scumbag like him? If you really don't know him, then why are you acting so jumpy all of a sudden? This is it. I'm finally starting to get to the truth. I can't afford to make any more mistakes now. Mr. Matt on guard. I know why you know Mr. the Killer. It's because... you're his client. Well, isn't the implication that the killer is posing as Matt's butler, like when we went to Matt's house? This case is about to blow V's mind. Is that the answer? You're his client? Yepers? Okay. Since you're the one who set up that camera, that means you knew exactly what was going to happen in that room. So how? How would you know something like that? It's because you're his client. That's why. You hired Shelley the killer to assassinate Mr. Juan Carita. The real mastermind behind this whole murder is you, Matt Enguarde. And here I was trying to be a good boy for you, dude. I thought if you didn't know, you'd be able to do your job without feeling bad. Well, that's what I thought anyway. We're defending a killer in court. I'm defending a killer in court. Mr. Enguarde, you really did hire... Oh well. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna consult myself, okay? Consult myself? Isn't that just called thinking? Well, I guess it's probably about time anyway. About time for what? I think it's time for you... To what? Did I click through that way too fast? What's happening right now? Where did he get that cup? How do you do, Mr. Lawyer? I'm Matt Enguarde. Now he has bad boy hair? And we're just supposed to accept it? Meet the two-faced faker. Okay, Well done, Mr. Wright. I bet it wasn't easy to gather as much information as you have. So you are Shelley the killer's client. You really didn't think I would dirty my own hands in this, did you?
What do you mean?
That woman, Adrian, was quite brave herself. Trying to stick the crime on me, I didn't think she had it in her. So I'm confused for a second. Hang on, I'm confused for a second. Because if he has scar over his eyes, excuse me, and I understand that, like, good boy Matt Enguarde persona had his hair all swoopy in front of the eye, but this man is an actor, and as an actor, I would imagine that you would have your hair done did for whatever role may call for that. Well, I guess in his biggest role, he does technically wear a mask, so maybe that's a moot point. But I would assume that at some point he gets his hair done did for an event or whatever, and maybe they swoop it off the eye, you know, or whatever. And how come nobody's seen this scar until now? Can you have a glass of brandy in the holding cell? He did wear a mask, yeah. So that's why I was saying maybe the point's moot. But I would think that somebody would know about that. All I care about says Juan's dead. Isn't that right, Mr. Lawyer?
You're lying! What a terrible...
It's way past your bedtime, little girl. Go on and let us grown-ups talk about more adult things.
But why? Why did you hide the video camera and...
Weakling soon believes the words of others, just like that pathetic Adrian. He knew about Miss Andrews' secret. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, at least of all assassins. What? Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. And this guard man is just standing there, listening to all of this. Don't you think at some point he would be like, okay, I think this is enough talk. let me go lock you up in a solitary confinement with perhaps a straitjacket. They turn their clients into cash cows by holding the sinful deed over their heads. And a superstar like me, how much you think I'm worth? Care to guess?
And that's why...
Yes, that's where the video comes in. It's got his face and the crime scene recorded on it, preserved for all time. With that, I can keep him at bay and even blackmail him if I want. That's right, that video is my insurance. Isn't that what they call it, Mr. Wright?
Why would you do something so wrong?
Because I'm a grown-up and I can. Good enough of an answer for you, little girl?
Why? Why would you kill Mr. Kurita?
Wait, what? Oh. Because he was about to sling so much dung onto my beautiful public image. Never question a guy swirling a brandy snifter, even if you are a prison guard. Where was it? Where was what? Scandals are a little annoying, aren't they? This is all because of that press conference, isn't it?
If Mr. Kurita had been able to give it, then Mr. Onguard's secret would have...
Oh, well, that's what we call taking advantage of the situation, you know? I had no interest in doing it, really, but bit by bit, it crept up on me. And then the situation just presented itself perfectly. How beautiful, I thought.
And that's how Mr. Kurita ended up dead.
Let me tell you something. I'm not like Adrian. I don't depend on anyone. People are simply things to be used and thrown away. Put on a sweet, innocent face, and people will swallow anything you feed them. Adrian fell for it. The assassin, too. Oh, and how can I forget? Even you fell for it, Mr. Lawyer. Everyone, all working their butts off for me, Matt Onguard. Aw, did that leave you speechless? What a shame. What's wrong, Mr. Lawyer? You've grown awfully quiet. How could I have been so deceived by you all this time? When we first met, I asked if you had killed Juan Kurita, and you answered very clearly that you hadn't killed anyone. Hey now, I never told you any lies. The person who did the killing was that killer guy, right? All I'm guilty of is taking a catnap in my room. You killed Mr. Kurita. I dare you to say that in court tomorrow. But too bad, you can't. You're my lawyer after all, aren't you? You could always drop my case and refuse to represent me. How does that sound? But you can't, can you? That would be the one thing you absolutely can't do.
Miss Sigmaya.
You wouldn't want to test a killer. He's a man of his word, or so I hear. You could end up getting a certain friend of yours rubbed out if you lose. You scoundrel. I hate this man. Like, I hate this man. So if I were you, Mr. Wright, Esquire, I think I would give it all my all tomorrow. Remember, everyone likes a happy win-win resolution. I'll get you for this. That's such a cliche phrase. So I just feel like morally that guard man is morally obligated to perhaps inform the court that Onguard has made threats against Phoenix Wright in regards to his kidnapped friend, and they should probably go find Maya before the court resumes tomorrow. I don't know. Just an idea. Juan said something that just like that, if memory serves. Of course, well, we all know how well things turned out for him, don't we? Good night, Mr. Lawyer. Maya, what am I supposed to do? No, you finally found it. Oh, hi, Miles. The starting line of this case. Edgeworth. I don't care for the horrid atmosphere here. Let's return to the precinct. Well, right, what are you gonna do if you plan on changing your strategy?
No! We can't do that!
That's right. He's holding Maya hostage. What should I do? That's not something I can answer for you.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Right, only you can decide where to go from here. 1 year ago, at that time, I didn't truly understand what a prosecutor was, and that is why I had to leave the prosecutor's office. I felt that I couldn't stand in a court of law until I knew what a prosecutor really was. And now, Wright, it's your turn. My turn? What is this thing called a lawyer? What can you do as one? You must find the answer, and you must find it on your own. Buddy, I really don't need your poetry right now. I need some advice. I'm a lawyer, but to fight for someone who is clearly a killer, Matt Onguard, that man is really... It doesn't matter who. Every person deserves a proper defense and a fair trial. Isn't that the basis of our judicial system? Proper defense, but what exactly is that? Is it where a lawyer forcibly and blindly gets an acquittal through shouting and trickery? Ironic of you of all people that you of all people should say such a thing. Isn't that exactly how you have fought for your clients up until now? Well, that may be true, but that's because I've believed my clients to be innocent from the bottom of my heart. But if I were to get on guard an acquittal, that isn't a proper defense at all. I became a lawyer because I thought I could save people who were suffering and in pain. But when I look at this mess we're in, I can't even protect the person closest to me. Even if I win the case, I still lose in the end. I just don't know what to do. Right. Would you get a hold of yourself? You have it all wrong. Huh? We aren't some sort of heroes. We're only human, you and I. You want to save someone? That's something easier said than done, wouldn't you say?
That's...
You are a defense attorney. You can't run away from that. You can only fight. That's all you can do. People like you and Franziska von Karma are always using all you have to pin me down. You fight to the very end, even when you know the truth is not with you. But I'm not like you. I can't fight for a false verdict, for a man I clearly know to be guilty. Franziska, she fights for herself. The only thing she fights for is her perfect win record, that's all. And isn't that the same as you? Isn't that why you ran away a year ago? Because your precious win record was destroyed? You are so petty. I see. Now I understand why you despise me so. However, you are mistaken. What do you... Thanks to you, when you sealed off my path to a perfect win record, I began to realize the error of my ways. I realized that things such as a perfect record were meaningless.
What?
I don't believe you. Are you saying that is why you left the prosecutor's office? But then why? Why are you here now? The answer to that is something you will find out on your own. I have faith you will see it before the verdict is read tomorrow. But if you can't, then you will be powerless to change the ending of this story. But no pressure! Good luck! Sleep tight! Sweet dreams!
Mr. Nick's a transceiver!
I'm sorry for what happened earlier. Now then, Mr. Attorney, do you wager you can obtain an acquittal tomorrow? My, what is the matter, Mr. Attorney? I don't sense your usual anger this time. Tell me, please. Why are you holding Maya hostage for Mr. Onguard's sake? Why are you? Why are you doing this for that cold-blooded killer? Right? Please don't misunderstand things. He is my client. Don't toy with me. A man who hires an assassin is just as much of a killer himself. I believe you are asking me for a reason as to why I am doing what I am? Yeah? This is what I like to call my aftercare. What the heck is aftercare? My name carries a certain amount of honor and dignity, Mr. Attorney. I take great care to ensure that no suspicion falls upon my clients for my handiwork. That is what is called client relations, and it is a part of my assassin's duty. An assassin's duty? We were unlucky this time, and my client was arrested as a suspect. As a result, I did what I had to do to enlist your expert help, Mr. Attorney, and to ensure that you would do everything in your power to the very end. What is your name? I believe I told you once before, however. You did, but my name is DeKiller. Shelley DeKiller. You're Shelley DeKiller? Please keep in mind you do not have much space to maneuver with me. As DeKiller, I always finish what I set out to do. If you fail to keep up your end of the bargain, Maya, it would be my duty as an assassin to see to it she receives a nice long nap. Why is that so difficult to read?
Ah, no!
Now then, if you'll excuse me, if someone were to trace the signal back to me, it would be quite troublesome. Meow. Oh, I don't think he was meowing. I think that was the cat. I think that was Matt's cat that meowed. I don't think that was DeKiller that meowed. I like how I read it in a British accent too. Meow.
Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya!
I don't know what to say. Edgeworth? Did you hear that at the end of the transmission? I like Shelley meowing though. Oh, that. It sounded like a cat.
A cat?
It can't be. That cat, can it?
What is it?
I think I know where Shelley DeKiller is holding Maya hostage. Edgeworth, have all police units head for the On Guard mansion immediately. Alright, you hurry over there as well then. Don't lose hope yet, Pearls. The fight has only just begun.
Yeah!
Here we go. We somehow have to go to the hotel. Okay, sorry. Maya!
Please answer us, Mystic Maya!
We have this area completely surrounded. There's no way for him to escape. Assuming he's still in the area. I can't believe it. That butler, all this time he was the killer. He and On Guard were working together all this time. I'm sure they had worked out a contingency plan ahead of time. This is new.
Oh, it's a figurine of a bear! But there are a lot of cuts in it for some reason.
A bear. Isn't that more of a thing for Mr. Kurita? Why would something like this be here? Right, look down. There's a little pet door installed here.
I'm sure that's for Shu.
Do you think that this came through that little door? This door, it's locked. Well, I'm pretty used to breaking doors down by now. Let's go, Edgeworth. This song slaps. There's no one here. From the looks of this room, I would say this is On Guard's private lounge. Look at this, right? An antenna for sending and receiving radio signals and a VCR. Check inside the deck. If there's a tape, it would be an important piece of evidence. If we're lucky, it'll have the moment the crime was committed recorded on it. I'm sorry, but the tape deck is empty. There's no tape to be found.
No.
But there's no mistake that someone used this to record something. It looks like someone took the tape we're looking for and escaped with it. It's On Guard's computer. Maya, why couldn't you have used this to get help?
Mr. Nick, where's the power switch?
Oh, I get. So that's what happened. She couldn't find the power switch. Very small table. I bet we could barely squeeze 3 pearls on there.
But I wouldn't sit on a table to begin with, Mr. Nick.
What a spacious sofa. I bet 10 pearls would fit on here. Why are we measuring things by the amount of pearls that can sit there?
I don't think 10 of me would fit, Mr. Nick.
I can't read all the labels, but this is a very large collection of videotapes. Looks like On Guard taped all of his own shows. It's a VCR and an antenna. The footage that the spy camera took at the scene of the crime was beamed here and recorded on tape.
If only we had that tape, it would have been really helpful.
Net units, these are Pearl units. A huge television and speakers loom largely here. I'm sure if Maya saw this, she'd say, "I would die a Happy Samurai fan if I could see the Nickel Samurai on a TV like this." Didn't she say that when we were playing as her? Yeah, that's what she'd say. I can't believe I just made a joke about Maya, all things considered.
There's a little door for Shu in this big door.
I'm sure Maya used this door to shove this out there. I'm sure it was her. Every time you give me some piece of evidence, it's always the most crucial piece. This time, too, I'm sure. What else is there to look at here? Hello. Welcome for lurking. I hope you're well. I hope your lurk is wonderful. We've searched all over, but it looks like he got away. I'm sorry. It looks like he slipped out of our grasp this time. And now we've lost our only lead. Don't give up yet. That little girl is looking to you to be her pillar. Yeah, you're right. We're close, I can tell. We've already set up checkpoints along every route leading out of this district. Leave the rest to us. Maya. I'm doing pretty good. It's good to see you too. This looks like a picture of Miss Impacts. With love, Celeste.
Miss Impacts, you mean?
Yes, Mr. Karita's former manager.
Why would a picture of Miss Impacts be here in Mr. Onguard's mansion?
Oh, snip, snap. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. So if Celeste and Matt have history, and Celeste committed suicide, as far as we know, but we have learned that Matt is a psycho, did he kill Celeste? And now and set it up so it looked like Juan did it or knew something about it, and that's why Adrian gets really close, and now he's like trying. It's just like a big domino chain. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much. Unless this is stolen.
Ah!
What's wrong, Pearls?
Please let me see that picture frame.
Huh? What's so special about the frame?
On the back, there's something written on the back of the frame. Maya. It's Mystic Maya. She left us a message.
What?
I thought you'd come. I knew you would. Now listen up. You better get Onguard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you ever. I'm fine, so you don't need to worry. There's so much I want to write, but I don't think I have a lot of time left. Pearly, you're there too, right? Make sure you help Nick, okay? Someone's got to watch out for the helpless lunk.
Did she just call Phoenix a lunk?
No! Mystic Maya!
Right. What's wrong? Why the blank stare? Oh, nothing. We've searched the house and this is the last room. It looks like he eluded us. Edgeworth? Yes. As far as clues go, I think this is about all I'm gonna get. But I'm still short one last thing. And what's that? Miss Andrews' psych lock. If I could just find out what secret she's holding, then I think I stand a chance in court tomorrow. To blow this case wide open and expose the truth. Time for Edgeworth to reveal his horrific, somehow totally missed eyes. We can see both of his eyes. We can see both of his eyes. If he has a scar, it's probably like on his chest or something. Like a la Zorro. You know? A la Luffy. I don't know. I think I know what you're thinking. I'll contact the detention center. Thanks, Edgeworth. Please, Miles would be super dead in One Piece world. True, but so would I. Well, let's go, Pearls. It's time to open that last lock.
Good evening, Mr. Wright. What's wrong? You look ill.
Miss Andrews, I have come to remove your psyche lock. Psyche lock? I want to know, and you will tell me, your secret.
Fine, go ahead. Try to break me if you can.
He probably ate the mope fruit. Alright, let's see what we got. He's less mopey than he used to be. I will give him that. We like to see that. Can you please tell me why you framed Mr. Onguard for the murder?
I've already told you countless times it's because I thought Matt was the killer.
No, that's not it. I know you have a personal reason to dislike Mr. Onguard. Miss Andrews, you may think I didn't hear it, but I know you said something earlier. You said revenge. So you were saying I was taking my revenge out on Matt, and that's why? What an absurd idea. I don't have anything I want to take revenge for. Miss Andrews, a woman who lives by being dependent on other people, there's something or someone in her past that would make her take revenge. Okay. Is this, I just need a yes or no. Is this a person presentation? Yes, okay. So this is obviously Celeste. Hi, Spartan.
Celeste.
There is only one catalyst that could cause such strong feelings and even revenge, and that is Miss Impax's suicide.
What are you trying to say? Celeste was Juan's manager. On top of that, the one who hid her suicide note was also Juan. What does all this have to do with Matt?
You're right. You haven't mentioned him yet. But for you to hate Mr. OnGuard, it would mean that he must have had some relation to Miss Impax and her suicide.
Can you explain to me this relation between Celeste and Matt?
Okay, so this has got to be this. This is a photo of Miss Impax, correct? She looks younger than when she passed away, though. With love, Celeste. This is Miss Impax's handwriting, isn't it?
Where did you find this?
No, that's all right. It was a rhetorical question. Yeah, it is. I found this at Mr. OnGuard's mansion.
After all this time, my last remaining secret has been revealed. Celeste, she was supposed to get married to Juan.
Yes, but I heard that it didn't work out.
Because Mr. Karita didn't want to get married to her anymore, right?
Yes, because of Matt.
Because of Mr. OnGuard, what do you mean?
I think I can see where this is going. Affair?
Celeste, she was Matt's manager for a long time. Or a long time ago. She was the happiest woman in the world at that time. I was working part-time back then, and I often saw the two of them together.
So that's why, with love, Celeste is written on the frame of that picture.
They were a couple, weren't they?
It wasn't anything as splendid as that. Celeste was being used. Toyed with until she was thrown away.
That's so horrible!
Matt's entire image is built around how nice and wonderful of a man he is. A scandal would have destroyed that. Which is why Celeste in her kindness moved over to Worldwide Studios. And that is where she met Juan. She seemed really happy with him, even happier than when she was with Matt. Celeste and Juan were such a good match that they were even planning to get married. And then, it was suddenly called off. On the night Juan called their marriage off, Celeste, she killed herself. And that's why I framed Matt. It was revenge for Celeste and for myself. I'm sure even you can guess why Juan called the wedding off, right? Matt confessed to Juan about his relationship with Celeste. I see. So that's what happened.
But then why did Mr. Karita have to call off the wedding? I don't understand at all.
It was probably because of his worthless male pride. Oof. Oof. Hang on, I gotta take a picture of that line. Oh, not selfie. This is the same Celeste in Animal Crossing. Yes, absolutely. I was like this, and I was gonna take a picture of my TV screen, and it was on selfie mode. So it was like, all of a sudden, it was like a close-up of my own face going... Juan and Matt were always fierce rivals. Matt waited for the wedding announcement and then unleashed the truth on Juan. He was aiming for when it would hurt Juan the most.
Poor Miss Impax.
That wasn't the end of it. That day, I'm almost certain that Celeste left a suicide note behind, and in that note, she left a detailed account of Matt's various misdeeds, and so that she would never again be hurt by Matt, she chose to die. Then when Juan discovered her body, he hid her note.
But why would he do that? It's simple. Juan realized that Note was a powerful weapon against Matt, and it would be especially damaging to his refreshing like a spring breeze image. In any case, with his pride hurt, Juan sought revenge. Revenge. There's that word again. Juan wanted publicly to disclose the contents of that suicide note. At a time that would cause Matt the most damage, of course. And that was at the press conference after the stage show. I knew all about it because I heard it all from Juan. It was so I could find out all about all this that I drew close to Juan to begin with. They're quite a pair of hideous monsters, aren't they? Even Celeste's death was something for them to use in their game. That night when I found Juan's body, it was only natural that I thought the murderer was Matt. Those two were always spying on one another after all. As for me, I was frantically searching for Celeste's suicide note. I wanted to destroy it before it ever went public. I was going to burn it. I had even brought a lighter. Hi, Puffy. I couldn't find the suicide note, and that's when revenge crossed my mind. Yes, I was going to bring them my own kind of cruel revenge. Celeste was killed by those two monsters. I'm so sweaty right now. I'm going to turn my fan on. So when I stabbed Juan's body with that knife, I didn't feel a single shred of guilt. And that's all I have to say. Well, Mr. Wright, even knowing all this, are you still going to help that man? I'm a lawyer. I see. What a foul profession. Thank you very much for your time and for talking with me. It was no big deal. I couldn't sleep anyway. I can't sleep either, not with Maya's situation or with what I know now.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yes, we're gonna save. Man. I need some marshmallows. I got these marshmallows. I don't know if you've ever had these before. They are Japanese strawberry jam filled marshmallows, and they are so delicious. See? They got strawberry jam in the middle. They're very good. You can get these at like World Market, or if you have like an Asian market in your town, they're probably there too. Okay. Whoa, everything flashed for a second? Did I imagine that? Ugh, how did I get into this mess? That's far enough. You can't run forever. Mr. Phoenix, right? I don't know who's talking. Oh, it's the judge. Are we having a nightmare? What have I done wrong? I cannot allow you to go on like this. But I'm just a simple defense attorney. Silence! You are no longer worthy of your title. Oh, I forgot. It's also been a while since I started this case. I've had this dream before, some time ago, as if this day was written into my destiny. Today I'll stand in court as a lawyer to prove a killer innocent. But Maya said she'll never ever forgive us if we get him a not guilty verdict. So, like, what are we supposed to do? Because I feel like with Gumshoe and Edgeworth on our side, we gonna get Maya back. So I feel like it's better to serve justice appropriately. Hello, this is Phoenix Wright. You don't look so well, dude. You're gonna prove me not guilty today, right? If you please, Mr. Lawyer. Remember, it's not just me. Your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict, too.
Now listen up. You better get on guard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you ever. Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Oh. Mia? Maya, how's Maya? I don't know.
You don't know?
She hasn't tried to channel me since yesterday. Mia, what am I supposed to do? Do you think...
I'm not... Sometimes. Okay, let me preface. I don't always do this, but sometimes, you know, the headcanon kind of starts spinning. Do you think if Mia had not died, that there would have been, like, a closer relationship between her and Phoenix? Do you think that their like, relationship dynamic would have changed at any point and they would have potentially been romantic? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just curious, like, what your guys' thoughts are on that. Because, like, obviously we'll never know. And it's not like he was ever unprofessional with each other. Like, they were never unprofessional with each other. But, like, sometimes I wonder, because I feel like he has such a deep respect for Mia. And I know that's because she was, like, his mentor and teacher. But, like, sometimes I wonder, like, was there anything more there? You don't think so? Okay. That's fair.
Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of times are when you have to force your biggest smiles.
Because of game 3. Oh, okay. Won't say more. Okay, yeah, don't tell me anymore. But we'll get there eventually.
But you can't give up. There's still some hope left.
Stop it, please. There's nothing left. Not here. Not anywhere. Ah, it's that accursed on guard again. Will you leave me alone? Look, don't call me anymore. I mean it. You're really mean, pal. Don't be mean to Gummy. That's my boy. That's my dude right there. Be safe driving. Ah, Gumshoe, I'm really, really sorry. Where are you? They let me join the investigation team and we're chasing after the killer, pal. Then you have some sort of lead? Sorry, but right now we got 0 leads on the guy. But we're not gonna give up. Gumshoe, until the trial is over, until the verdict is handed down, we're gonna do everything we can to find a killer. If we can get Maya out, then you can get on guard the guilty verdict he deserves, pal. That's true. I could do that if they found Maya first. You got that, so you have to do whatever you can to make the trial last longer. I have to make the trial last longer? If you go at Mr. Edgeworth with everything you've got, then you two can draw it out. Oh, now I get it. I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. We're gonna give it all we got, just like you. Got it. Thanks, Gumshoe. Gumshoe the best. Hey, Phoenix. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship. With the power of friendship! We're gonna get Maya back! It's the strongest weapon in the world, and you have it in abundance. Yeah. Looks like we're coming to the end. I have to make the trial last as long as I can. Gumshoe will come through, I know it. Gumshoe is, like, legitimately the best character and my favorite character. Gumshoe, more like, you, am I right? No, you're not right. Gumshoe is the best. Gumshoe is the best. Hi, Storm. How are you doing? It's good to see you. I feel like it's been a long time. How's life? What you been up to? Catch me up. Some colorful horses once told me that friendship is magic. Yeah, Gumshoe slander. Get out of here with that. Okay. Court is now in session for the trial of Matt on God. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. The mystery being what exactly was Miss Adrian Andrews' role in this murder? That is to say, is she really connected to the crime itself? Lies. I've been a gumshoe hate since day one. I literally have never played a minute of a Phoenix Wright game. It's okay, as long as you admit that you have no working knowledge behind your claim, then it's fine. You can say whatever you want. Can you imagine? Honestly, news reporters should do that. Like, if they're like, you know, telling you the news or whatever, because, you know, news is always kind of slanted, no matter who you are. And they're like, I have no idea what I'm talking about. And then I would be like, oh, okay, well then continue. You know what I mean? If you would please inform the court of today's proceedings. Adrian Andrews. She forged evidence that threw suspicion onto Mr. Onguard, and then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing the Nickel Samurai costume. Life is quite busy but good. Just lots of work, D&D, movies, and dates. Good, good, good. I'm coming for the news. They should watch their backs. The guilt of these actions are those from which she cannot escape. Then you're saying that she's guilty after all. I'm not finished, Your Honor. Miss Andrews has nothing to do with committing the actual murder. I would like to direct the court's attention to this card. Huey Lewis and the News, they did the song, It's hip to be square, right? What is that? It looks like a shell. This is the calling card of a certain assassin. Assassin, you say? Yes, Juan Carrito was killed by a professional assassin. And the person who hired the assassin, his client, so to speak, is Matt Onguard. Because I have 2 emotes of the guy they sued for copying them? What? That's so funny. DuckTales, woo. Every day they're out there making DuckTales, woo. What a surprising turn of events! I'm getting distracted. I have never seen DuckTales, but I know that much. The new show is very good. It's like one of the only times that I think the reboot of a show is better than the original. I would think it's become commonplace. Wrong person's voice. I would think it's become commonplace by now, Your Honor. I know what's going on this time, so I know that everything Edgeworth has said is true. But we still have to hold out as long as we can. The one with Danny Pudi? I don't remember if he's in it, actually. Yes, okay. I'm looking it up, actually. Oh, yeah. Yes, he's in the new DuckTales. It's so good. Why does my name escape me? I love him. He's tweeted it. He responded to my tweet. Dave, Schwartz. He plays Dewey. Ben Schwartz. John Ralphio. Yeah, John Ralphio plays Dewey in the new DuckTales, and he's so good. And David Tennant is, Scrooge. So yeah, they have a fantastic cast. The voice acting is just fantastic. At least until Maya's safe and sound. I wonder how the trial will turn out today. Now then, please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls the defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand. Now then, witness, your name and occupation, please. Okay, I'm, Will Powers. I'm a poor, underpaid action star. And what is your relation to the defendant? Well, I guess I'm sort of a lousy mentor to him in a way, yeah. Mr. Powers, please, you don't need to put yourself down so much. Oh, sorry. Well, but I'm just kind of a nothing sort of guy. On the night of the murder, you visited the defendant's room? Is this correct? Yes. I didn't know that. But you know, I didn't actually get to see Matt when I went. All you need to do is answer what you're asked. Now then, I would like you to please testify about when you went to Mr. Onguard's room. Okay, sure. After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his Nickel Samurai costume. He was talking with someone. At first, I thought it was the bellboy. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. I had guests with me that night, and I couldn't make them wait for me. He's the only non-main character that went in my highest tier, if I remember correctly. Oh, Will Powers. Matt is dead to all of us, as he should be. Nothing sounds out of place in Mr. Powers' testimony. And talking with the bellboy is no big deal, if one assumes that the person Mr. OnGuard was speaking with was an ordinary bellboy. What are you implying? Well, Mr. Wright, let's have your cross-examination, shall we? Looks like we're in another sticky situation. Huh? A trap. Can't you smell it, Phoenix? But for us to find out more, we're gonna have to charge in head first, right? We're gonna press on all the things. The defendant's room. Why did you go there? Why did you... Okay, yeah. Well, I'm his mentor, like a big brother, sort of, and I wanted to say congrats. What's wrong? Why did you stop? Mr. Wright? What is it? You're gonna try to trick me into a corner, aren't you? Huh? I know I'm just a poor, underpaid action star, but I'm not the killer. No one said you were, Mr. Powers. No, please, don't trick me. Every time you do your lawyer thing, the witness suddenly turns into the bad guy. Every time. Witness, I will personally talk to the defense at a later time, so for now, please kindly cooperate and continue with your testimony. Sorry. So you went to the defendant's room and then... Hey, wait a minute. When and how did I suddenly turn into the bad guy here? Are you sure that was Matt OnGuard? Yeah, I'm sure. He wasn't wearing the Nickel Samurai mask then. If that's the case, then he can't really be mistaken. And what was the defendant doing, standing in front of his own room? He was talking with someone. At first, I thought it was the bellboy. At first? What do you mean by that? See the hair? It's the killer. Well, he was in a bellboyish uniform and he had a bottle of juice on a tray. Sounds like an ordinary bellboy to me. Yeah, but if I didn't think he was a normal bellboy. And why was that? Why did I think that, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Sorry, but I can't remember right now, sorry. I guess I'm gonna have to wait patiently on this one. You saw the two of them, the bellboy and the defendant, together, correct? Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats. Now, while you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange? You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. A tip? But that's a perfectly normal thing to do. So how long did you watch the two of them? Not more than a minute or two, I think. This man's so sweaty and nervous. So who are these guests you're talking about? You guys, of course. You and Maya and Little Pearl. I thought it would be really rude since I invited you guys if I disappeared on you. Excuse me. So I went back to my seat pretty soon after seeing Matt in the hallway. This is like squeezing water from a stone. It's probably pointless to press further. Do you remember this incident? Did Mr. Powers leave his seat that night? I don't remember that happening at all. Maya was making such a racket in her hyper state, I ended up focusing on her. I see. In any case, from his story, he probably wasn't gone for very long. Okay, so I need to do something here? So, it seems like this is the glass and the juice that was in the picture that he showed. I'm wondering if I need to present that. Let's see. Let me remember. I'm just gonna guess for a little bit because I've got a full bar here and I can save and reload. Nope, that wasn't it. He's not really saying anything sus, so I'm just a little confused, you know what I mean? Is this the line? Is this the line I need to do something with? Yep, okay. Okay, be safe. Welcome back. Welcome home. Okay. After the press conference, okay. First I thought it was the bellboy. So that was the only thing I thought could tie him. Maybe this? Nope. Cool. It's very obvious I don't know what I'm trying to prove here. The juice was the only thing that made any sense to me. I think I need a little hint. I don't really know what I'm like. The only thing that I have item-wise that makes any sort of sense to connect to me. Yeah, I pressed all of the things. At first, what do you mean by that? I don't think it was a normal bellboy because he got a tip. Oh, press again. Oh, well that's confusing, is that, because I always thought that it just repeats what you, okay, you felt something strange about the tip-giving incident itself. Ah, yeah, that's it, you really know your job. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. This bellboy, he wasn't an ordinary one, was he? Perhaps we should let the witness tell us. Very well. Mr. Powers, please amend your testimony. You mean about the bellboy, right? Okay. Matt gave the bellboy a tip. So he gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that? Oh, well, you see, Matt's not a poor penny pincher like me. I was trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me. How much it was? But that's when something even more surprising happened. The bellboy was putting the tip he got in his pocket. And that's when I got my first good look at the guy's face. I was really shocked. I'm afraid I didn't follow at all. Sounds like Mr. Powers was surprised twice by this event. I wonder which of his shocking moments I should ask about. What was so shocking about the bellboy's face, Mr. Powers? Well, he wasn't exactly a boy, more like an old gramps. Ahem, I hope you know that discrimination towards old men is a no-no in my court. No, that's not what I meant at all. In the smack middle of the guy's face, there was a line of stitches. Okay. A line of stitches? Yeah, and it went straight from the tippy top of his head to the bottom of his chin. Almost like if that thread snapped, all the stuff in his head would come spilling out. That's a terrible picture. He was there at OnGuard's house. He was that butler. What is it, Mr. Wright? Is Phoenix so stupid that he still has not yet put together that the butler is the killer? Is he that dense? Nothing, Your Honor. If that fact were to be exposed, OnGuard would be declared guilty in a blink. Phoenix, you have to play dumb here. Pretend you don't know anything. Yes, Chief. You sure you don't have anything you would like to say, Mr. Wright? Huh? What did you just say, Your Honor? Nothing, Mr. Wright, nothing. We're just going around and around in circles. Now then, Mr. Powers, please continue with your testimony. Welcome back. Do I need to present something here? Nope, but you need that statement. Didn't I just get it? Or do I have to press again? I'm confused by what you mean. I guess I could ask about the tip. The defendant's a huge star. He can afford to give generous tips, wouldn't you agree? Sure, but giving him that much was maybe a little too much, I think. A little too much. Would you please clarify for the court about how much you would say the defendant gave to the bellboy? Honestly, I don't know. I can't even begin to guess. And why is that? Because he gave the bellboy a really, really fat roll of cash. A roll of cash? Ah, well, how interesting. That certainly was a very generous tip, wasn't it? A very fat roll of cash that can hardly be called a tip, Your Honor. The judge is beginning to look awfully suspicious of us. I'm so confused because in any other case, I would be like, well, obviously my client is innocent. So of course I'm going to raise an objection. But I specifically know that my client is not innocent. And I don't know. Let's try both. The defendant's a superstar. That kind of tip is typical fare for people like him. Are you saying that all superstars are super spenders? If I could receive large rolls of cash by simply bringing people things on trays, then why on earth would I stand around here prosecuting? Facts! Okay. He's got a point. I don't even get paid, let alone rolls of cash for all my hard work. So supposing that roll of cash was not a tip, then what was it? Payment, Your Honor. Payment? Isn't it obvious for the murder of Mr. Juan Carita? Then the bellboy the witness saw. Yes, he was the assassin. Hold your horses now, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't have any proof of this, do you? Have I ever been unprepared to support my claims, Your Honor? I have here the card Shelley DeKiller left at the scene of the crime. Shelley DeKiller? He is the person the police's special investigations team has been chasing for ages. I am certain that the person the witness saw was this very assassin, Shelley DeKiller. Really? What's wrong, Mr. Powers? No, nothing. Something just clicked in my head and I think I just figured something out. Oh? Actually, I saw that bellboy again later on that night. What? We are looking like big dumb idiots in court right now because we're just trying to buy time. Mr. Powers, please testify. Tell us what you saw. Yes, sir, right away. This time I was in that hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. And that's when the bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room. Of course, when I say room, I mean Juan Carita's room. Now that I think about it, that bellboy did seem kind of out of place. Yeah, so he had to be the assassin, I'm sure of it. I mean... Thank you very much. That's all we need for now. Huh? But I'm not done. There's still more. Let us first establish that the bellboy was truly Mr. DeKiller. Then we shall see. So the bellboy came out of the victim's room. And if that bellboy really was the assassin, then I think the answer is fairly obvious. That would be correct, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, I believe it's your turn to entertain and make us laugh. Ha 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 ha! This is no laughing matter. Tell me about going to the bathroom. And what time was it? Oh, well, I don't remember. The award ceremony ended around 8 p.m., right? And I went to Matt's room pretty soon after that, and then I came back, and then I went to the bathroom. So I guess maybe it was around 8:10 by that time? You're not one for details, are you, Mr. Powers? Sorry. I thought maybe I could catch Matt and say my congrats. Are you sure it was the same bellboy? Yeah. And how could you tell? All the bellboys wear the same uniform after all. But you see, well, he had these stitches in his face. So I'm sure it's the same guy that was talking with Matt. So which room did the bellboy come out of? The victim's room, huh? Yeah, the one with all the really pretty flowers and teddy bears. It was Juan's room, alright. Words cannot describe how screwed I am. Let's continue with the testimony, shall we? So what exactly was so out of place about him? Right. Why the insipid grin? Maybe because I have no idea what damaging thing he's gonna say next? Well, the bellboy was empty-handed. Empty-handed? That bellboy was one of those room service people, right? But he wasn't pushing a cart, and he wasn't holding a tray either. You'd call that a little strange too, wouldn't you? It's like me, playing Hitman. Yeah, but you do that for the laughs. I agree that it is a bit strange, Mr. Powers. But is it really that unusual for a bellboy to be empty-handed? What should I do? Should I let Mr. Powers' testimony slide, or... There's nothing strange or unusual about an empty-handed bellboy. But there really, really is. There really, really isn't. If you two are done being school children, bellboys are for room service. There is no reason for them to be empty-handed ever. Your Honor, I ask that the witness's previous statement be supplanted with this new one. Edgeworth, are you going to do whatever you can to make the bellboy look suspicious? I see very well. This court recognizes and grants the prosecution's request. Mr. Powers, if you could amend your testimony, please. Yes, sir. So you're saying that it's suspicious for him to be empty-handed? Yeah, really suspicious. I mean, when I first saw that bellboy, he was holding a tray in his hand. See, the juice. And there was a bottle of juice and a wine glass on it. Juice? What kind of juice was it? I'm pretty sure it was tomato juice. If we could come up with some sort of reason as to why he would come out empty-handed, some sort of proof, then I think we can dodge the bullet on this one for now. Proof, huh? Seems like another job for the court record. I just thought blowing up an experimental car would be funny. It is! Please don't be so quick to judge. Ah, but it's kind of a Powers family thing. Think of every person as a thief. Well, I guess a thief and an assassin are both sneaky and silent. That's not the point, Phoenix. In any case, if that bellboy was the assassin, it would be very bad for us. But he really is the assassin, you know? Yes, but you can't give in yet. If you want to prolong this trial for as long as possible, you're gonna have to pull some cheap tricks on this one. Okay. So I think I gotta present the juice. Or the picture of the juice. Yeah, the tray's right there. Mr. Powers. Yes? You're easily influenced by other people's words, aren't you? As soon as you heard that the bellboy might have been the killer, you got caught up in believing it must be true. But isn't he really suspicious? He got all those stitches and... So a baseball has stitches? Are you saying all baseballs are suspicious because they have stitches? Look, Phoenix, buddy, I love you, but that is not the same. We are talking about different things here, man. Well, there's also, I mean, what about him being empty-handed? I would like to ask the court to please take a look here. This is the crime scene. There is a wine glass sitting next to Mr. Carita's body. The liquid inside this glass is tomato juice. And now, if you would look at what's on top of the table in the lower right corner here, anyone can clearly see it as a tray with a bottle of tomato juice on it. The bellboy had just brought this to Mr. Kurita's room. He left the tray in the room, which is why he was empty-handed when he left.
Ah, but that would mean the bellboy had seen and left a dead body in the room.
But can you prove that Mr. Kurita was already dead at the time?
Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes.
I blame you for leading me down this route.
I'm terribly sorry. What is with him? Why is he laughing? Witness, isn't there one more thing you would like to share with us?
Is there?
The bellboy was empty-handed, or should I say empty-hand, Ed? I recall you had something interesting to say about his hands?
Oh yeah, I almost forgot.
Huh? What?
That bellboy, he was wearing gloves.
Gloves?
Yeah, pitch black leather ones.
All the other bellboys don't wear gloves like that, right?
Black leather gloves. Why didn't you mention them earlier?
Sorry, it slipped my mind. Boy, does this make the bellboy look really suspicious. Alright, gotta focus. I can't get lax here. So what if he had gloves? A lot of bellboys wear gloves. I can't. This courtroom is... This courtroom. Oh, boy. Lots of people wear gloves. We can't... That doesn't make somebody a killer. Lots of people carry hatchets in grocery stores. That doesn't make them suspicious. Come on, Mr. Wright. That bellboy was wearing black leather ones. So, a football's made of leather? Why does he keep referencing sports? Are you saying all footballs are suspicious because they're made of leather? Phoenix is literally arguing like how, like, 4-year-olds argue. It's like, I don't even care what you have to say. My dad said that you can't drink from the hose because you'll get worms. You know, like, that's like that's the attitude here.
But that man, he received a large roll of cash from the defendant, and then he was seen leaving the crime scene wearing black leather gloves. I didn't think that even someone like myself can believe he was just another bellboy.
Ugh. It seems that we have finally come to an understanding. Now then, witness, please continue with the rest of your testimony. The rest?
Oh yes, please tell us more. Okay.
Yes, the hose worms.
After leaving Juan's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Matt's door just like that. He gave something to the person inside the room. Then the old guy just left without even going into the room. After that, I went to the bathroom and then back to my seat. So the bellboy, after leaving the crime scene, next went to the defendant's room. Yeah, I kind of saw that all by accident.
Some accident? I'd say you saw too much. And all of it was suspicious to high heaven.
I think it's safe to say that we can no longer consider this bellboy to be normal. Now then, let's get started, shall we? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Press him about the bathroom again. Oh, I will. We are taking lots of time here. Gumshoe better be getting somewhere. Is that what you saw while you were busy spying?
Excuse me?
I may be a poor underpaid action star, but even I wouldn't stoop to spying. What scent was the hand soap?
Well, I think the point is, where did you watch all this from, Mr. Powers?
Oh, from the door of the bathroom with my left eye in a sort of sneaky spy-like. I knew he was spying. Please, does it really matter if he was doing it over or underhandedly? What did the bellboy do next? That's all I care to know. I said, hold it.
Okay.
That's better. What kind of statement is that? Please elaborate and give us a few more details.
Oh, okay.
I should probably ask him only one question at a time. He gave something to this person? Yeah. And what was this something? Ha 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 ha. If I remembered what it was, I wouldn't be calling it a something, would I? But this implies that something was removed from the scene of the crime? Are you sure you really can't remember, Mr. Powers? I think it was something kind of small. This is an incredibly crucial piece of information. Please try to remember what it was.
I'll try. In the meantime, let's talk of another point, namely what the bellboy did next. Oh, so after he gave the person inside the room the thing... Where did this bellboy go after he left Mr. Onguard's room? He opened the door to the Viola Hall, went in there, and who knows after that, right?
I do.
Did you see anything strange, suspicious, or just out of the ordinary at that time? Oh yeah, I saw that one thing.
What? He saw something else?
There was this jittery alien with a ray gun. It was watching Juan's door like some sort of stalker.
It was windy. I think we can forget about the alien. Well, Mr. Power's testimony was now just as vague as his first. It's a little troublesome, isn't it? But I'm sure if you press him enough, everything will become clearer. Although that just makes it harder on us, doesn't it? Talk about a lose-lose situation. Okay, so where's the option? Coley is raiding and brought over 10 friends! Hi, Coley and friends! How was your stream? What did you do tonight? Thank you for being here. Hello again. Thank you so much for subbing!
Woohoo, happy Tuesday.
Woohoo, happy Tuesday, 28 months. We were reading. That sounds so lovely. So who took this something the bellboy handed off?
Actually, I don't know.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. Only an arm.
Then you're saying you didn't see the person's face?
Yeah. I would like to summarize the testimony up to this point if you don't mind. When the bellboy left the crime scene, he immediately went to the defendant's room. There he handed a small item of some sort to the person inside. As for the person who received the item, all you could see was the person's arm. Yes, it was just like that. Mr. Edgeworth, is all this really important? Of course, Your Honor. I think this is of the utmost importance. This is when whatever was removed from the crime scene was handed over to the client. Mr. Powers, please try to remember what it was the bellboy handed off. Well, let's see. I think it was... No. If you remember, please add it to your testimony. Yes, sir. If I saw it again, I could say it for sure, but I think it was some sort of wooden statue.
The wooden bear?
A statue? Yeah, it kind of looked like one, I guess. If I saw the actual thing again, I'd probably remember, you know?
Looks like that for this trial to proceed, I'm gonna have to come up with whatever this statue thing is and show it to him. You're gonna have to trust your instincts on this one and take a chance, Phoenix.
Well, Mr. Powers, let's continue with your testimony. What did the bellboy do after that?
Okay. I'm gonna present the wooden bear.
What was the point of that pregnant pause? Where did that objection come from? Well, speak up!
It was me, Your Honor. What is it, Phoenix? I have a feeling that something bad is going to happen once I show this.
Mr. Wright, if you have something to say, please spit it out.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Phoenix, deep breath. Mr. Powers, the something you saw, was it this item?
Oh, hey, that's it! That's the something! Wow, Mr. Wright, you really figured it out!
I recall we found this at Matt Onguard's mansion.
At the defendant's house? What does this mean?
It's simple, Your Honor. Shelley the killer assassinated Juan Carita in his room. Then he stole this wooden bear from the scene of the crime.
Then the bear being found at Mr. Onguard's mansion would mean...
It goes without saying, Your Honor. Mr. Matt Onguard is the killer's client. I mean, yes, but...
Order, order, order! I said order! Mr. Wright, this is a most unfortunate turn of events for you.
I don't know why that was a weird accent I just did.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mia. No, it's alright. Your judgment was sound. Actually, I figured the bear would come up. If not now, then it would have later on. Even if you hadn't shown it to the court, I'm sure your friend Edgeworth would have. I almost forgot that he knew about it too. I think it is clear that there is no need for us to continue the trial. I can't let this happen. I have to do something. There has to be something we've overlooked. Your Honor, a minute, please.
Yes, Mr. Wright?
There are still a few points left that we have not fully explored.
What are you trying to pull? Oh, well, we can't have that. All right, Mr. Wright, what questionable point would you like to explore further?
I'm gonna I don't think it has anything to do with his testimony. But the person who received the bear or the bear itself? So I kind of want to say the bear itself, because one thing that was noted about the bear was that the bear had like cut marks in it, and I don't know if that's important or anything, but I feel like it could be important. I'm gonna go with that. I think it's fairly obvious that the bear itself is very questionable. Thank you for shout-outs.
The bear, Mr. Wright?
This was found at Mr. Onguard's mansion. However, Mr. Onguard was arrested at that hotel that night, which means that since the murder occurred, he has not had a chance to go home.
Oh.
I think Your Honor has already figured out what I'm trying to say. It is not possible that it was Mr. Onguard who took this bear to his mansion.
Why, that's very true. We didn't consider that point, Mr. Wright. There was no way time-wise for the defendant to have taken this bear home.
Am I at a stopping point soon, at least between, like, witnesses or between conversations? Because I'm starting to get a bit tired, and I'm coming up on 2 hours here. So I was just going to ask, like, is there, like, a yes shortly? Okay, then I'll go to the next break.
You haven't gotten the best of me yet, Mr. Wright.
Huh? I remember it clear as day. I remember what you muttered to yourself at Onguard's mansion. We have this area completely surrounded. There's no way for him to escape. I can't believe it. That butler. All this time he was DeKiller. DeKiller and Onguard were working together, so to speak, and DeKiller was hiding at Onguard Mansion, as its butler.
What a bold move.
The bear figurine was brought back to Onguard Mansion by DeKiller himself. Then why would he pass it off? When it looked like he was about to be arrested, Onguard had him do so. I assume because it would have been bad had the police found it during their investigation. Okay, witness switch shortly. Okay. Well, Mr. Wright, you've been quiet for a while now. This is too much. Isn't there anything I can attack at all? I have to try. I have to find something else.
What will you do now, Mr. Wright? Do you plan to...
Hi, Disney. I plan to expose a clearly shaky place in Mr. Power's testimony.
What? There's still another one?
Halfway through 4-1. Okay. There is indeed, Your Honor, and it's quite a questionable point.
What are you trying to pull?
Oh, well, we can't have that. All right, Mr. Wright, what questionable point? Okay, the person who received the bear. There was one thing in Mr. Power's testimony that was very unclear. And that is the identity of the person who received the bear.
He gave something to the person inside the room.
I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. As long as we don't know who it was that took the bear, we can't be sure of... 4-1 and then 4-2 and then done with game. Okay.
What is it, Mr. Powers? If you're going to scream like that, at least give us a good reason why. Oh, yeah, sorry. Actually, so, I remembered who took the bear.
What?
Really? I mean, I only saw his arm. But, the arm, it was the Nickel Samurai's arm, I swear it.
You've got to be kidding. Are you sure of that, Mr. Powers?
Yeah, I'm sure it was the Nickel Samurai.
But we already know that Adrian dressed up in costume, right?
Order, order! It looks like you've dug your own grave yet again.
How many times is that today? I've lost count. So the person who took in this little bear was the Nickel Samurai. And as we all know, Matt Onguard is the Nickel Samurai. Thanks to the defense, we've made all the clearer. I think we've heard enough. We now know why this bear figurine was at the defendant's mansion.
As well as who it was that received the bear from the assassin in his room, everything has become very clear. The client who hired the assassin to commit the murder was Mr. Matt On Guard. I see no reason for this trial to continue, therefore I will now hand down my verdict. Thank you, Your Honor, for your understanding. You see, Mr. Wright, you could not win against the truth, could you? I knew it would turn out this way. After all, what Edgeworth has stated is the truth. No, that was not the $3,800 bear. That was the little wooden bear. Any last objections, Mr. Wright? Well, do I? What should I do? There is only one way for me to drag this trial out. The only thing I have left is this one dirty trick. Your Honor, right now, we have these two reasons to believe that my client is the assassin's client. Reason number one, he accepted the bear figurine from the assassin. Reason number two, that very same figurine was found at On Guard Mansion. However, it's possible that this is all the work of a certain other person. What are you saying? What I am saying is, it's possible a different person is the killer's real client. The real client? That's okay, very sorry, trust me, I'm in Chicago. Yes. Is this all you have? Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your theory. Who do you say is the killer's real client and therefore the real murderer? Adrian Andrews. Yes, we already know that she tried to frame Matt On Guard for the crime by wearing a spare nickel samurai costume. Oh! Then the nickel samurai's arm that I saw, that could have very well been Miss Andrews. See, that was the theory I had a minute ago. But what about Mr. On Guard? If you would please recall yesterday's testimony. The defendant that was taking a nap during the break period. That's right. Then, finding this figure at Mr. On Guard's mansion, it was a well-laid trap set by Miss Andrews. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion on this? Oh no, what did Matt do now? He hired an assassin to kill his rival. So you might want to talk to him about that, Coley. I can't even begin to count the flaws in the defense's logic. Besides which, there is no evidence to support it. However, I can't fully discount its possibility either. Ha! Classic Matt. Silly Matt. What is with this trial? Come on, anyone can tell On Guard did it. I can't believe the defense. Yeah, unbelievable. It's not something petty. This is to save Maya. This is to save Maya. Coley was the assassin. Coley, you didn't! Even if the whole world turns against me, this is one fight I can't give up on. But Maya said to get a guilty verdict. All disruptive parties will be forced to leave the courtroom. Your Honor, for the benefit of the defense, I'm willing to play along with his what-if game. His what-if game, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution is prepared to challenge the defense's theory. Mr. Wright, even you must have thought it strange and wondered, why would the criminal want this little wooden bear? He's right. The killer did specially bring that bear to On Guard right away. Why do you ask? Is there something special about it? Absolutely, and I'm sure that once the court knows its significance, the true killer's identity will become crystal clear. Your Honor, the prosecution calls upon a witness who will clear all doubts against Miss Andrews. And who would that be? It's quite simple, Your Honor. Miss Adrian Andrews herself. Alright, so when it switches to Adrian on the stand, that's when I'm going to save it. I see. Well, then the court will take a short 10-minute recess. The prosecution will prepare its witness in that time. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, I'm going to save right here, actually. Alright. I did it. We got a little progress done. Throwing Adrian under the bus for Maya, for shame. Tell me quickly, what's the story? Who saw what and why and where?
So quickly, what we have learned today, Rifem, is that the person we are trying to defend in court admitted to us that he hired an assassin to kill his rival. So now we are like, crud, what do we do? Now we have a moral dilemma, because if we get a not guilty verdict for our client, then our friend Maya, who has been kidnapped by the assassin that this man hired, she will be set free and will not be hurt. But if we do the thing that's right and just and get this man a guilty verdict, then our friend Maya might potentially get hurt. So we are having a dilemma. So our goal right now is literally just to stall the case as long as possible so that our friend Detective Gumshoe can potentially find Maya and the assassin and get her out of there, and then we can get a guilty verdict. Okay. How you keep getting that brandy? You're welcome for stream. Hi, CJ. You're welcome for stream. Yay for progress for sure. Thank you for shouting out CJ. Disney, like, I was here for 5 minutes. I know it all. Call him out. Yeah. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. I'm going to just check and see if there's anybody that I want to raid real quick. Nope. So, that's fine. But I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. Please take care of yourselves. Hopefully I'll see you again soon. But if not, then I hope to see you in other streams as well. So, as always, take care of yourselves. Much love from me to you. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.